hate is that I think I was wearing this hoodie in my last video. Obviously that video is from like a month ago actually, but I'm always wearing my merch in my videos, so if you ever see me wearing some repeat stuff, just know it's not because I'm, you know, without clothes. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Britt, also known as Botanically Bee, and on this channel we talk about all things plants, home decor, lifestyle, and a sprinkle of some random things in between. And I'm excited about today's video. If you came here from TikTok, then you might have saw a weird little plant that I recently just got. But if you didn't come here from TikTok, this is my new plant. Or should I say pet plant? I'm still just like, what did I get myself into? So a little backstory about this plant. I saw it in a Facebook purge. Someone was doing an auction for them. She had 3 of them. She was auctioning off one. And when I saw it, I immediately was like, I need it. It looks like a little gerbil hamster, and the comments were sending me, okay? What people thought this was, all the opinions and everything people had to say about this plant was hilarious. And I was like, ooh, I need it even more. It's controversial. So I was going back and forth in the auction for 2 days and won the auction at $115. And all while this was happening, I was looking online to see if I could find it cheaper, obviously. And nowhere, you could find it nowhere. This plant is super rare and not commonly offered or available for that matter in the US. This is called the golden chick fern, and it has a slew of other names. In fact, I brought my MacBook so that we could do some research on this plant together. And actually, golden chick fern is the nickname. It's called a Cibotium, Cibotium barometz. Cibotium barometz. Golden chick fern, obviously, hence the name. It looks like a little chick, and the hair is, wow, it just is so strange. So let's do some research on this plant. I was looking up some stuff before, but I do want to make sure I'm getting my information correct. So I'm gonna go back and look at the stuff that I was seeing. Now, the person that I bought it from, when I was looking up stuff, I was like, girl, like, is this plant illegal? Like, is it endangered? You know, because I was finding all this information. And basically what she said was it is on the CITES list, CITES. Now, what CITES is, hold on, let me pull it up. So CITES is the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. I was like, oh my God, child, this is the most serious plant I've ever had in my collection. Like, I've never really had anything that had like such drama and like seriousness to it, you know? So CITES is an international agreement between governments, and its aim is to ensure that international trade in specimens of wild animals and plants do not threaten the survival of the species. I was like, girl, what? She was telling me that she is licensed to be able to sell them and licensed to be able to import them, which is very important because there are people that poach these things. A lot of people talk about having these in their home for good luck, but they also harvest this because it has like some medicinal purposes. I was like, what in the world? This magic little chicken nugget? Oh my gosh. So the rhizome, which is this, like, it is a fern and eventually it will grow foliage, but this is the rhizome, or the base that it grows from, which obviously that's where it gets its name. And when it starts to grow, it's actually really beautiful. I will put some pictures up, but I was like, oh my gosh, this plant is like literally magical. But people harvest the rhizome and again, use it for medicinal purposes. And it says they use it to treat ulcers, rheumatism, and coughs. This plant is amazing, okay? Some other fun names for this plant is golden-haired dog fern. It's also called the Cibotium lamb, yellow dog's head fern. Like, there are so many crazy names for this, but I just prefer golden chick fern. Like, it looks like a little baby golden chick. It really does. And this side is giving rotisserie chicken. Now, of course, my whole thing is I've not really been good with ferns. The only fern I've been able to keep alive for a long time is a staghorn fern. They're really easy, but other ferns, I just don't get it. So I have been searching and searching and searching for the care on this, because obviously I don't want to kill it. I want to do right by it. And so, yeah, I was looking up care, and so it says that it prefers an organically rich, moist, well-draining soil with an acidic pH between 5.5 and 6.5. For moisture, it should remain consistently moist. Which, you know, for me, if you know me, I let my plants dry out. So I'm gonna have to make sure that this thing is always moist. And even when she shipped it to me, I was like, this soil is soaking wet. I mean, it wasn't soaking wet like I could drain it, but it was just like really wet for my liking. But then I had to go and research, and I was like, okay, like it's kind of supposed to be, which I don't love that. I don't like that at all, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. And it says it also doesn't really like have any major pest or disease issues, which is great. I think it's gonna stay like this for a long time before it sprouts, but when it sprouts, I know that I have truly made it happy. I also found this video on YouTube of this lady. It was 4 years ago, which was my question to the person I bought this from, was like, is this endangered? Is this illegal? But I found this video of this lady 4 years ago that was selling really big ones illegally.
Be mindful of your plant purchases. Authorities today arrested a shop owner in Binondo, Manila for selling a plant that is considered endangered. Marlene Alcaide has the report.
The NBI Environmental Crime Division arrested the owner of the store in Binondo, Manila while selling an endangered species called golden chicken fern. The NBI was able to confiscate 20 pieces of the endangered plant that were being sold for 1,500 to 5,000 pesos each, depending on its size. Some people believe this plant could bring good luck, while others use it as a medicine.
And I was like, oh my God, like, can I even have this plant? Because you don't really see them in the US. Like, I was going down a rabbit hole on Instagram to see who else had one, if anyone in the US had one. There was like only a few people that talked about them that actually had them in the US. There aren't really many YouTube videos on it as well. I went down a TikTok rabbit hole. Nobody really has them like in the US, and I was like, oh my God, what in the hell? But the seller, rest assured that, again, she is licensed to sell them. She's licensed to import them. Which, when I was looking at some to import, there were some that were like $6, and I was like, okay. But of course, you have to like have all of your papers, all of your certification, like all of that kind of stuff. So I was like, eh. But you couldn't find it anywhere else. I was like, I have to get it. Like, who can say they have one of these? All plant collectors love having plants that other people don't have. But again, I'm just like still nervous about this thing. So I am really excited though, more than ever, to have such an esteemed little chick. So cute. I don't even know what I should name it. Am I leaning towards like you're a little chicken? Or am I leaning towards like you're a little hamster? Like, what's a good name for you? I don't know. Naturally, when I unboxed this plant and just kind of like inspected it, I wanted to see like if it had any roots. And I don't like, that's kind of like how it came. I mean, I don't know if those are roots or not. So I am just hoping, you know, I'm just gonna keep it in what it came in, because the girl, she had like a few of them, and obviously she is an expert, maybe, I think she's an expert, but I'm just gonna keep it in this, and I'm gonna pot it up. I have an idea for the little baby. You have to check out my TikTok for the idea. I might do a full video on here, I don't know. But I have an idea of how I want to display this little cute, so definitely follow along for its journey. But I wanted to show you my new little baby golden chick fern and talk more about it. So we shall see, okay? Like, we shall see. I feel like it's going like, I do hope you enjoyed this video and found it a little bit more informative with the little information that I have about this plant. If you know anything about this plant, let me know in the comments, or point me to the direction of more information. I would love to know as I learn about it in my journey. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. You're just a little cute. Like, I feel like I'm really talking to a little animal, but you're a plant. Oh my God. So cool. You're so cool. Like, you're a plant that I can actually pet. A pet plant. A plant pet. So strange.